it's kind of similar to a yes or no pendulum reading, but we are using matchsticks today for our divination. So it's going to be a bit different to what we've ever done before. We've never done this on stream. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to it. We have some matches and we have a crystal singing bowl. And the singing bowl is full of water. So the singing bowl is guided by universe. Hello and welcome. So the singing bowl is full of water, and that is for our divination. So we have matches and a bowl of water for our divination. So it's kind of similar to a pendulum, yes or no. Hey, hello and welcome, and Sid and Maya. So it's kind of similar to uh, a yes or no. It's kind of similar to a pendulum, but we can get a little bit more in depth, maybe, because we have the crystal ball cards, which there are a few more answers than just yes, no, or maybe. And then, of course, with the singing bowl, we can do yes or no with the matches, but we can also do checking relationships. So we can check if there's any issues in the relationship, if the relationship is becoming closer, or if the relationship is yeah, good, bad, distancing, becoming a bit closer, things like that. So so yeah, so we have the cards. They're called crystal ball cards, but to me they remind me more of pendulum because it's very kind of yes or no kind of energy, not too much detail, but it's fun to do different forms of divination sometimes. We've done a lot of crystal ball. We've done a lot of crystal ball lately, so it's nice to mix it up. So yeah, so I'm doing very well. For those of you asking how I am, really appreciate the compliments as well. Thank you so much. Yes, it's a very, very beautiful dress. So thank you. I really appreciate that. It's very pretty. It's a very lovely material. So thank you. I have my yin yang bracelet as well. Well, my yin. I'm yin. So so yeah, it's really nice to see you guys. So appreciate the compliments and nice to have you in. So yeah, so yes or no questions or a relationship. So bring up an actual relationship and we can do that. If you want me to check the relationship like in here, maybe just let me know because we have a message here. I think the first one. Oh no, so Lisa, would you Lisa first? Your question was first, but AA says, did Asha think about me today? We can do that here, or we can do that with the cards. So let me know which you prefer for that one. But we'll, oh yeah, well for any rally. So Lisa says, will I get a job opportunity next month? So we want to do, oh, I have the cards the wrong way. The very nice crystal ball cards here. So we will and I think it's nice. You can do this divination with the matches with just a bowl of water, but to cleanse between each person because different people are asking questions, I thought the singing bowl would be nice. And this is heart chakra frequency as well. So Lisa says, will I get a job opportunity next month? We have no need to worry. So no need to worry would suggest that it will be pretty soon. Something good is coming on your path and you don't need to worry too much. No need to worry. Very nice for Lisa. AA, so did Asha think about me today? Let's do a card for that. But do let me know if you guys want a matchstick. I'm going to have to at least try that out at some point. So yeah. Please like the video if you haven't liked it already. I greatly appreciate 6 likes already. I feel like people are being notified a bit better now when I'm coming on. So my head is almost gone as well. As you can see, it's kind of very faded. So AA, just actually, oh, I obviously haven't shuffled it. I thought I shuffled it. Thinking of AA's energy here. Does Asha think about me today? Okay, so we're guessing let go. So let go doesn't necessarily mean let go of the connection, but it could be letting go of worrying about that, worrying around that. You know, everything is unfolding as it should be, as the universe and your guides want it to. So let go. So if you want to check on Asha with the matchsticks, that might help a little bit more. Let's see. So it says So this is also a stream to check one, yeah, relationship, energies, and yes or no questions, basically. And thank you, Lisa, for the compliment as well. Kevin, hello and welcome. I'm glad everyone likes the dress. I love it myself. Orange is my favorite color. So let's see. Will Asha reach out today? So AA says, will Asha reach out today? Let's try matchsticks for the first time on stream. So let's do that. So what you do is you focus on the question and the connection between the two people, and we're lighting two matches. So they don't need to stay lit. We don't really need them to be lit, but they can. If they stay lit until you put them in the water, that's perfectly fine. But I probably should have lit them together. So yeah, let's try that again. Sorry. So lighting them together might actually be better. So yeah, that's better. So we'll actually reach out today. So here we are. We have the connection there with those two, and then it simply just goes in the water. So yeah, so then we have to look at them. I think you can see one of them there. So if they line up very parallel, quite close, it's yes. Or if they drift very far away, it's undecided. And if they cross, it's no. So they're drifting very far away and pointing away. So there's an undecided energy with that, which likely means that it's not that you're not on the mind, but it's very likely that, judging from this, that there's other priorities, there's other things on the mind, there's a distance there. So it's kind of like when I say positive but passive, it's like, it doesn't necessarily mean it's anything bad, we didn't get a no across, but we are seeing that there might be some distraction, there might be other things on the mind a little bit more. Maya says, which is more accurate, card or the water? Well, it's not necessarily accuracy, it's detail. So it's like a pendulum. You know, if the chance of something happening is less than 50%, a pendulum will say no. If the chance is higher than 50%, a pendulum will say yes. But crystal ball can see more than that. Crystal ball can get those precise percentages. So the cards have a few more options, so they may be a little bit more accurate, but the matchsticks are good for like a definite thing, like, you know, like how is the energy exactly now, you know, because if it's a low prominence, the energy isn't great right now, and it's kind of good to give you like it's kind of like being brutally honest, you know, because when you get like, oh, well, you know, in the crystal ball, I will say, you know, it's not looking good, you know, it's a low percentage, but there is a possibility of it. And that does give a bit of hope, and it's true if there's a bit of possibility, but when the possibility is low, it is unlikely. So it's kind of like brutally honest. You know, it's not going to say there's a slight chance, basically. Guided by Universe says, did E think about me today? So I'm going to do that with the cards, and then if you want another question with matches, you're very welcome to ask. But I'll do first questions unless you... Kevin's specifically asking for a relationship, so we'll do that with matches. But we'll try and mix it up a little bit. So we have a card there. Did he think about me today? So see, you're guessing reconsider. So this is why I like the matchstick idea, because we're guessing yes, no, or maybe. But when we're guessing reconsider, it could be your thoughts about this person. Maybe you're being asked to reconsider, you know, you really want to be focused on this person, is this the right person, things like that. But it's not exactly a direct answer to your question. So let's do matchstick for Guided by Universe as well. For did E think about me today? Let's see what the matches say to that. Oh, I have an unlit one there for some reason. It's not great. Oh, sorry, I should take these out. I'm not being prepared here. So we take the old matches out. We cleanse the bowl for the next person. Sorry, can't get ahead of myself. And then we do the question again. So, did E think about Guided by Universe today? You can let them bend down a little bit if you want, but there isn't really much need to do that. You can just drop them in. Oh, it doesn't matter if they drop in separately. Yeah, so what I get from this one is there is some thinking about you. There's some thinking about you, because this match here that you guys can see, it kind of tried a little bit to get further along here. So it's almost like they were trying to become close, but they didn't. So I would say that there is some thinking about you, but it's really not a lot, unfortunately. It's really not a lot. So yeah, a little bit of thinking about you, a little bit. Kevin, a relationship check for you with A. Yes, of course. Okay, so relationship check. Kevin and A. Oh, ah. Try not to get them stuck to me. Okay. Yeah, so that those ones are going a bit closer together there. Those are going to, moving along together to the same side. So we are seeing a little bit of improvement in that connection. So, and this kind of resonates with crystal ball and pendulum answers lately, that there is a little bit of improvement going on with this connection, a little bit of movement, if you will. So you see, they're not separating to the opposite sides of the bowl. They are coming to the same side together. So that's kind of what you want. Going to opposite sides is really uncertain. Going to the same side is, you know, there is something there. There's something with that connection there. Crossing over completely is a definite no. That's definite no. But of course, the further apart they are, the more no it is, if that makes sense. And the closer they come together or try to shift to the same side, then that is a better answer. That's a better kind of energy there. So yeah, I think that resonates with the crystal ball. That I don't know if I cleansed that one first, but it does resonate with the crystal ball to me, that the energy is kind of improving with that a little bit. Fire and water, hello and welcome. Kevin, yes, with the water ball, thank you. Maya says, card, which type of relationship should I have with my ex Samuel Aries? Nowadays we have a romance. Okay, so we're seeing, is the romance the right option, we should say? Because we could ask platonic, we could ask romance. So we're going to ask, is romance the right option? Choose a new direction. So choosing a new direction, there's something better for you out there. You deserve a little bit better. And this is kind of normal, I guess. You know, it's not the greatest idea to go backwards in a relationship, you know? Sometimes we broke up for a reason and we should remember that. You're welcome. Thank you for liking, and yeah, my henna. I actually prefer the colour it goes when it fades, like the more orangey, you know? But yeah, it's definitely fading. Maya says, will I find a training in C#.net soon? Okay, let's do a card for that one. For Maya. Yeah, it's not the right time. So it doesn't seem likely at this moment, but it's not a complete no. Maybe further on in the future, it's not going to be soon. Guided by Universe says, will I find a new job next month? Let's do card for that and see. If we don't get a definite answer, we will ask the bowl. Will you get a new job next month? Yes! Amazing. Maya, is it worth it to forgive Anna Sophia and be her friend? Oh, this could be a good one for matches since it's kind of about a connection. So let's do that. Let's remember to cleanse. So, is it worth to forgive Anna? So let's see. So let's see this connection. Let's see it. Yes. So what we do see with this one is what it really seems to be is there's more energy from one side, so it's a little bit one-sided. There's definitely potential with this connection, and the matches did not really move very much in terms of trying to drift away or anything. But we do see that it's almost like there's more. It's kind of, I feel kind of like it's like that unrequited love card, you know, in the love deck. It's almost like maybe you are putting in more effort. There's more effort from one side, and I feel like it's your side as well. Do you feel like it's your side that's putting in a bit more effort there? So, so it's not a no, and it's not kind of like, let's see, what was the actual question? Oh, she retracted it. But yeah, the relationship, it just seems like it's more one-sided. So I do feel like there's potential with it, positivity with it, but that person needs to match your energy with it, you know? Or maybe it's you. Oh, maybe it's you that needs to match their energy, but I think it's them that needs to match you. There's potential of it. Lisa, matchstick on my future partner if they are foreigner. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Oh, they're like lining up. Yeah, so that's really interesting. They were almost lining up, but then this one completely drifted over to the other side. So yeah, I would say no with that one. I'm going to say no. I'm sorry, I'm going to say yes. Apologies for that. When they were lining up, I was thinking like, oh, yeah, it seems like you're going to be the same, you know, same culture, same how do you say it? Location, same ethnicity. I'm sure. Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, this one completely drifted away. This one was really telling me that there's difference. There's a huge difference, a huge gap here. So yeah, I would say yes to foreign, definitely. I don't know if you can see them perfectly. Don't know if you can see them. Kevin, see, should I be on a dating app for love? Okay, I'm going to try a card for that one. Let's see. Let's just see if we get a definite answer for it. The time is right. Yes. So you're getting a yes. That the time is right for online relationships, online connections. AA. So yes, Asher on my energy through Matchstick. So let's try this. Yeah. Do you want me to just try it like generally, just you and your connection, just generally, like with no question, no, just how is the connection kind of energy? We can do that. So yeah. There we are. Some people actually use herbs in the bowl, but I thought cleansing with sound would be a little bit better. So just generally checking on your connection. Oh. Only one of them is lit. That's probably a sign as well. Oh. Yeah. From that as well, only one of them lighting, it feels almost like one of you is doing more work or putting more effort in. That could be to the connection, or it could be just to yourself in general. If you're putting more effort into yourself in general, then of course you're going to be more grown and more kind of ready for a proper full relationship, you know? Yeah, they really didn't want to move apart. In fact, this one's coming over to that one. So yeah, what it really feels like with that is there's definitely a close connection. There's definitely a want and a desire from each side. But like I said, I do feel like, I feel like it's your side is a little bit more grown and ready, if that makes sense. You might be a little bit more grown and ready for the connection, but that one's still really trying to come back. It's really trying to come back. So yeah, I'm definitely. I mean, they're not parallel. So together and parallel is what you want for the best energy, but that one's really trying to come to that one. It's still kind of trying to swim over there. So yes, it feels like a good connection. Fire and water, thank you. Marine Scorpio, is it worth to forgive Matthias and be his friend? Let's see. Is it worth to forgive him and be his friend? Okay. Yeah, that's how I feel. Unlikely. Oh, unlikely. Feels like there's something just better out there for you. It feels like, you know, it's nice when you're like the grown person to forgive people and, you know, hold space for them and all those things. But it just feels a little bit like maybe you're too high in energy and you're too forgiving of other people, and they don't kind of live up to you, you know. Fire and Water says, I would like a matchstick. What was that for? Sorry. Can you put your question? I'm really sorry. Okay, Sadia, matchstick to check relationship with DM. Okay, let's do that. Oh, I need to cleanse. I need to take this bracelet off. I didn't realize I'd be hitting the bowl so much with that. So cleanse that, and then we're doing Sadia. Sadia and the Divine Masculine. Try not to get the matches stuck to me. Let's see. Yeah, so again, oh, we're getting parallel. Oh, so parallel's great. That's really, really good. This one's kind of trying to shift and come over. It's shifting from its parallel position a little bit now, but it's trying to come over to this one. That one's drifting away ever so slightly, but it stayed still for the most part. So this could indicate the timing. It could indicate that there's a little bit more of a longer wait, but them staying parallel for quite some time, like after first, finding their position in the water, that's really positive energy in terms of the connection. You kind of want it. It would have been nice if they. Oh look, it's trying to go back parallel. It's trying to turn all the way around and be parallel the other way. I'm going to stop touching it and see if it will move on its own. I might have moved it. Actually, no, this isn't really doing anything. But yeah, so it's trying to come all the way back around parallel completely. So it seems really perfect. It seems really, really nice, really strongly connected. The only thing I would say is with that one moving away slightly, there's timing a little bit because they're still on the same side of the bowl, if that makes sense. Don't forget that, I don't know if you can see it, but we have the front of the bowl here marked with the heart chakra symbol. But yeah, look, it's almost parallel again now if you can see it. I don't know if you can. It would be nice if you could see it a little bit better. But yeah, they've gone completely back to parallel, so that's really, really nice energy for Sadia. Rock artist, hello and welcome. Yeah, and any kind of divination is really interesting because what I find is if you limit yourself with your divination to something that's it's only a yes or no, or it's very limited in what it says, that helps bring out your own gifts. If you can see, I'm rarely reading the matchsticks in a lot more detail than generally you would when you first learn. For example, it's, like I said, parallel for very positive, cross for no, and drifting away for very kind of uncertain or long time frame or something going on, something being an issue. But when you watch their movement of them and you're looking at it, and you're kind of, it's the same as crystal ball. It's like you're channeling your own gifts into it. You suddenly start to read them in more detail and it becomes a bit clearer. And that's what I love about divination, is that you could use something so simple like a yes or no coin, but you could begin to get your own intuition coming through as you're getting the yes, as you're getting the no. So that's what I really like about more simple divinations. Fire wants to say, should I prioritize PhD over prototyping product? So let's do that with this. Scrub that. Okay. So asking, should you prioritize PhD over prototyping? Okay. So prioritizing PhD. What's the energy of that? Well, my hands are a bit wet. I kind of get stuck to me. They are. That one is making its way over. Yeah, so that one's making its way over, coming pretty close. So that's actually a positive sign for PhD. That is a positive sign. They're not completely parallel, so it gives you a bit of room for, how can I say, a bit of room for wiggle room, a bit of wiggle room. Maybe the prototyping isn't a bad idea, but look how close this is. I think you can actually see this one because it's in shot. That match started off over there, and it's really coming close. In fact, these are the closest matches that we've had so far, so that's a pretty positive sign. If they go parallel, it's more positive. But yeah, it's coming kind of parallel, so that's good. You only don't want them to be crossed over. Crossed over is a definite no. Let's see. Yeah, so it's actually going parallel. It's still going. So this is a really positive sign for PhD, actually. It's very positive. It's really positive energy. AA is better to focus on myself. Let go and focus on myself. Should we do that with water? Letting go and focusing on yourself. Is that the better option for you? Should have brought a towel with me, really, or flannel. So is it better? Oh, apologies. Ah, did you see that? Can you see that? Parallel straight away. Parallel straight away, right away, straight to parallel. So yes, focusing on yourself is definitely being how can I say, supported here. That's the best one actually. We got that even better than Theo. So that's great. That's my life trying to get close. Oh, Jan. Oh, they're touching now, but they're not crossing over. So don't worry, that's okay. Well, they're not actually touching. They're almost touching. There's like a small gap between them. But yeah, they're really close. So that's nice. You want them to be close, you just don't really want them to be like crossed over. Okay. So let's do Jan relationship with Kaden. Okay. Apologies, I forgot to cleanse the bowl. Oh, they stayed perfectly together. They stayed perfectly together like they were stuck. Can you see that? That's so interesting. Each one keeps getting closer and closer and closer. So Janice is actually a really good sign, which is seems to be an improvement, I would say, on how the energy has seemed lately. It's a really positive improvement for the really positive improvement in messages and energies we've been getting. But yeah, it's a really positive sign that completely parallel. They didn't shift apart at all in any way, and they're right next to each other in the bowl. You can see them, so that's a really positive sign for your connection. The energy between your connection there. Lisa, was my friend seeing my ex yesterday after what I did a sign from my guides? Okay. Let's do. So I'm going to do the cards with that. But guys, if you want water specifically, you definitely want water. Please do let me know so I can know not to do a card for you. Otherwise I'll just bury it. Oh, this one jumped out. So we got no need to worry jumping out. But when that's not a direct yes or no. So let's do a matchstick. So thank you so much. I think there's been like a super sticker. It hasn't been notified to me, but I see the counter thing go up here. So thank you so much. Let's see if we can see who that's from. Ankita, thank you. I really appreciate that. It's very sweet. Big smiley face. I like that a lot. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. Any support to the channel is greatly appreciated. That's really great. Thank you. Oh, I didn't realize the chat was so far down. Let's carry on. Oh no, I scrolled up too far. That's all. So Lisa, so let's do the. I'll stop doing two for each person so you can get down on it. But this is for Lisa. So, was your friend seeing the X a sign yesterday? Okay, sign from the guides. So actually getting a no with that one, so that's kind of interesting. So we got no need to worry, and then we got, well, it's more like undecided than no. Completely crossed over as no, but what we're seeing is they're drifting apart to opposite sides of the bowl, but also there's no kind of movement. And one isn't trying to reach the other. They're kind of just went their separate ways, and that was it. There's no other no other side of that. So that could kind of it could be the energy touching on the connection a little bit. If you know the connection's not great and there's a bit of distance in the connection and things like that. There's a little bit of undecided energy with that. So, but your guides are saying no need to worry, no need to worry. So maybe if, you know, this is kind of saying that there's undecided energy, because when they move directly apart, it's kind of more like a maybe, no, maybe undecided kind of thing. But we're also getting no need to worry. We do need to kind of take that into account. So we're having no need to worry because, you know, things will work out okay and will work out in your favor. It could be that. It could be that because we are getting uncertain energy there. Guided by universe says, will I move to my dream country next year? Sorry if I'm not cleansing after, in between. I really need to remember that. So let's do. So we'll do the cards for that one. Will I move to my dream country next year? Let's see what the cards say. I did have one jump out that I think I'm going to pull. This is the sign. So I would say yes. This is the sign. I would say yes with that one. Firebird. I'm very well. I hope you are well. Youngster. I'm not sure if I'm saying that. But hello and welcome if you are new. So guys, if you are new, this is a new form of divination to the channel. We usually do crystal ball, tarot, things that are a little bit more common that you've probably seen before. But we also do a mixture of things that aren't too common, like candle wax reading and what else have we done that's not super common? Starseed reading, maybe it's not that common. But we try to mix it up a little bit. We try to do a few new kind of things. So we have the crystal ball cards today, and we have the water matchstick in water method of flower reading. That's another one that's kind of different that we're trying, you know, to do a bit differently. So you know, ask your questions. Have a bit of intrigue in the method. You're very welcome to ask. I do get through all questions within the time frame that I have. I'm just working my way through the chat and I am quite far behind, so just bear that in mind. If you're super urgent for your question to be answered, you can send a super chat, but if you have patience, there's no need to do that. And yeah, so subscribe, like the video, I greatly appreciate that. So Fire and Water says a card as well, okay. So we're guessing not the right time there, not the right time. So you're guessing not the right time for that. Yes, Firebird. I don't know if I was saying that correctly. So just a little bit of cleansing of the bowl. Matchstick for Scorpio. Yes, let's check. The relationship energy with Scorpio. Try not to light them at uneven angles. It might influence the reading a little bit. So let's see. Oh, we got our first cross. We got our first cross. Okay. So being crossed over, it generally is not a great sign. That's generally a no. So the energy with this person at the moment is not good. We are rarely seeing that it's not a good energy. So it's not to say that can't be worked on, it's not to say that things can't be manifested, but this would be a no or not good energy. So for a connection, it's not good energy. For a yes or no answer, this is a definite no. So that's not great. There might be some work to do, you might need to cleanse, you might need to do some manifesting, or you might be in that energy. If you've done a lot of manifesting, you might be being called to sit back and let the universe kind of take, you know, unfold naturally. But yeah, this is our first like not great kind of thing. Guided by Universe says you are beautiful. Oh, you're so sweet. You are too. Apana, I'm very well. I hope you are well. Fire and Water. Will I get the translation job I applied for? Okay. So let's remember to cleanse. So the translation job. Let's do that. Will you get this job that you applied for? Okay. Just wants to see, wait for a moment to see if they went parallel. Yeah, so they're drifting apart. there are different parts of the different sides of the bowl. So generally, this would be like an undecided energy. So this can be if there actually isn't a decision made at all. Like if it's not predetermined in someone's path that they will get it, it could come up as undecided if it's actually undecided. But yeah, it's not looking like um the best energy as such, because we want to be parallel, we want it to be on the right side, just think, come together for a yes. But we're definitely not getting a definite no with this one. So let's see what the cards say for this one, just in case. Oh, this one just doesn't go out. Just in case we get a definite one on the cards. Unlikely, okay. So it's undecided. There's a possibility because it's not a no, but we're getting unlikely. So, and best of luck to you, of course. Best of luck, and I really hope so. But we're getting kind of an unlikely on that. Firebird says your dress matches your hair today. Yes, it does. My favorite colour. So Aparna, because I'm confused, as you know, I want to be a tarot reader professionally, but since yesterday some reader told me I should go for a government job. Can you please clear my confusion with this method? Yes, okay. So we'll do, yeah, we'll do the matchsticks and see what they say, and then I think that's good. That's kind of why I got them to support it a little bit, because like I say, with crystal ball, I can see like options, I can see percentages, numbers, and things like that. It is more accurate, but I don't want to be jumping on and always just doing crystal ball, so that's why we're here today. So if you do get an uncertain answer on one of these kind of streams that's not super detailed like a crystal ball can be, and they're not always, but they can be, save the question again for a crystal ball, just in case, but let's see. So but I would certainly say don't give up on your dreams, because even if I see, like, I might see, oh, government job's 90%, tarot 60, it's still okay. You can still try it, you can still go for it. If that's what you want to do, then of course I support that. I do that as well. So I know it's possible. So let's see. Oh, do we have one? Oh no, I thought one burnt out. It's just a small flame. So we're checking. So I would say you want to be a tarot reader professionally. So let's check the energy of tarot reading. Putting tarot reading into it instead of the government job. Oh no, we did get a no. Oh no, we did get a no on it. Maybe this government job really is much more suited to your kind of life path at the moment, your energy, your potential. So we are getting a no, unfortunately. But yeah, like I said, it's similar as well to, I know we can get maybe, so there's kind of wiggle room with this. It would have been better to get a maybe. We would have preferred a maybe, I'm sure. But we do have to kind of take into account that, there's only so many answers. I know I'm picking up my own intuition and gifts as well as I do this, but there is only kind of it's a more how can I say it, minimal amount of answers we can get than a crystal ball. So maybe there is a small chance, maybe it's just 10-20% at the moment. Maybe it's something you really might need to work on. But I always would say don't give up on your dreams. We can always work on things, change the energies, manifest. But unfortunately we are getting a no for the tarot reading at the moment. Maybe the government job's like a really positive thing for support, because as you build up a tarot business, maybe it might just take you a while, and having that government job might just help in that, in that moment. So yeah. Rock Artist says, I feel like I have a one-sided relationship. Well, we can check it. Let me know if you want me to check your relationship. Angel 101, yes, hello and welcome. Of course you can ask a question. Kevin, will A contact me with the intention of friend or love? Let's ask the cards for that one. So asking friend. Let's ask friend. Get more information. Get more information. Okay, so let's ask love. Sometimes it's asking you to kind of go within a little bit. Yes. Oh, we're getting yes to love. Okay, that's good. Firebird, matchy theme today. Let's drink some matcha tea. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love iced matcha latte with vanilla syrup. I love it. Lisa, amazing. Angel 101, does Rob want a romantic relationship with me, or does he have romantic feelings towards me? Okay, so we'll do that as a yes or no. Does he want a romantic relationship with you? Do that as a yes or no. and just see what we get here. Oh, similar to Jan's one here. I don't think you can see it because it's a bit further down. But yeah, so we are seeing, oh, you can kind of see it. They stay completely together, they're touching actually. So that's a really, really positive sign for you. The only time you don't want them touching is if they cross over. If they're parallel, that's great. If they're kind of close in parallel, or if they're together in parallel, that's great. If they move a little bit, the movements can show something, but they haven't drifted apart, they're right together. So that's a really good actually sign for the connection, Angel 101. Maya says, for which reason did I met came to into my life, my ex Samuel Aries? I'm not sure what that question is there, but if you're asking for what reason, it's more of a crystal ball question. Ashley, can you read my aura? Yes, I can. I do aura readings. Oh, we could do an aura reading very, very soon. So, S. Lila, yes, of course. So we can do an aura reading. Like, I'm looking for pretty much every day coming up, going forward. I'm looking for a different type of reading every day. I do want to mix it up a little bit, although I know you do like crystal balls. We will have more of them. But yeah, we can do aura reading. So S Leela, maybe let me know. Maybe contact me about your availability. Is this a good time for you? Because if you're the one suggesting it, I should at least make sure that you're definitely on it. Aura reading is perfect. And you haven't had one before from me, so that's great. So Adrian's feelings towards you. So S Leela. Oh, let's take them out before I cleanse. So Adrian's feelings. Let's check the connection between you and this person. In the matches in the bowl. Didn't want to be lit. So sometimes you take not wanting to be lit as a sign, but that has been happening for ages with this. It's not the best match thing, so we're kind of ignoring that. So we're seeing the connection with you and this person, Adrian. Oh, we're getting another one. Perfectly parallel together, staying together, sticking together. So this is a good sign, of course, for you. Yeah, it's a good sign with the connection. Sometimes it can show the current connection, like if you're currently in a very good connection together, but sometimes it's kind of like the compatibility or the spiritual essence, like do you have a really strong spiritual connection, had a past life before, something like that. You know, so it just kind of depends. Marianne, can you please have a matchstick answer for all other mediums giving me correct and true readings on YouTube? Okay, so let's see what this one says about other readers. Yeah. So again, we're getting staying together and being parallel. So you must have some. It's difficult because it depends how many readers you're going to. There's always going to be people who either just aren't very compatible with you. You know, I have people I read for who some people I'm super compatible with, some people I'm just not as compatible with, and that's the same for everyone. But for some people as well, yeah, so if you listen to like 10 different psychics, this is a good sign that the majority of them are giving you the right information, or you're very very compatible with them. It's a good sign. But I wouldn't say it would be more accurate to do one by one, of course. But this is showing like the majority. There's a good. It seems like you're being drawn to the right places, basically, for uh the majority of the time, if that makes sense. So there could be one or two people that don't resonate with you, but it does seem like pretty good. Leela, what do I need to know, please, if you can pull the card? So the cards are just they're like yes or no. So it's just crystal ball cards. There's no there's no kind of messages like angel messages. It's just kind of yes or no's. So yeah, apologies for that. It's kind of It's kind of a yes or no on relationship check stream. Flower Beauty, hello. Sadia, you're welcome. Ankita, hello. Flower Beauty, will it be beneficial for me financially if I travel to Europe in September? Let's do a card for that, but like I said, if you do want a matchstick specifically, please let me know. But this is for Flower Beauty. Will it be beneficial for me financially if I travel in Europe in September? Saying choose a new direction. So perhaps September isn't the right time, or perhaps it's somewhere else that you need to go. So just take a moment with that, have a think about that, because it might just be the wrong time, or it might be like with the card says new direction, it might be a different kind of place you need to go to, you know. I know Europe's like, you know, there's tons of different places within Europe, but it might just be somewhere else that you need to go, or somewhere more specific, you know. Maybe it's just not specific enough, and that might be why. Marianne, please can I have a card as well for my psychic ability strengthening? Okay, so how well are your psychic ability strengthening at the moment? Let's see. No, that one wants to come out. We're getting a no. So there might be a little bit of a halt, a bit of a delay, a bit of a block, something going on there. I know that you're super intuitive, you know, I know that you have really strong abilities. So it could just be something about at the current chapter, maybe you're not progressing at the same rate at the moment. Maybe you've hit a little bit of a plateau for a while. It could be that. Ankita, I manifest I'm going to pass my exam this term. Okay, so will you pass it? So yeah, so unfortunately we're not manifesting today. We could do a spell soon. But let's do, Ankita, will you pass this exam? We can do that, like a yes or no on passing the exam. Oh. That's interesting. So I don't know if you can, yeah, I think you can slightly see them maybe behind the chat. So they're not parallel, but they are touching and they are trying to be at the same side. They're not crossed over. They are touching and trying to be on the same side. So this is a positive sign. It is a positive sign. You might not get as high as you want, or you might not, you know, yeah, you might not do like super amazing. But I would say passing. I would say passing with this. Because it seems positive. It's much more, yeah, it seems positive. It's just, like I said, it might not be, if they were perfectly parallel, I would be like super happy and like, yeah, it's going to be amazing and perfect. Maybe you'll pass, but it just won't be. We all want the best, you know, the best kind of news, the best outcome. So it might just not be the best, but it will be good. So Flower Beauty says, what are his thoughts and intentions towards me? Unless you just want me to generally check the connection in here, which I can do. Thoughts and intentions are more a crystal ball kind of question. But if you want me to just check on the relationship in general, I can do that. So Marine says, will I find the truth about how everything works when it comes to spirituality, the real truth of our existence? Oh, okay, so we'll do a yes or no on that. I'm going to do cards for that one, but don't forget, if you specifically want water, guys, ask me, or matches, ask me for that. So, let's see. I'm going to do a card for that one. So it's not the right time. So I feel like it's very possible. It might just not be the right time right now. You might need to progress, learn a few more things before that happens. You know, it still could be in this lifetime, you know. Maybe it's not the right time in this lifetime, but, you know, it's just the timing element of it. So it's not a no. And will I and Zoya get back into a relationship? Zoya, sorry. I know I just cleansed that, but let me just do one more. And let's see. So we'll do a yes or no with matchsticks for this one. Will you guys get back into a relationship? Okay, so they are crossing, unfortunately. So we are kind of seeing that it seems like a low chance at the moment. We're getting a no on that at the moment. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? But they are crossing over, so they're crossing over each other. So unfortunately, We're guessing that this isn't great at the moment, great energy. You might need to cleanse a little bit. You might need to work on the connection in some way, some manifesting, some cleansing, something like that. Flavia says, will he call me again? Let's try Matchstick on will he call me again. Let's try Matchstick on that. Will he call me again? Flavia. Oh. Yes! I don't think you can see it again. But yes, we are getting a yes on that. Perfectly parallel together, very close together. Yes. So you're getting a yes on that for beauty, on being called again. You're very welcome to this thing, thank you. Jan says, guys, this is yes or no questions only or relationship energy check. Please no general or open-ended questions. Thank you, Jan. Actually, I should pin that. Miss Venus always reminds me that I should pin messages, and I always forget to do it. And I told Sorry I want to be her friend. Will she have romantic feelings develop for me? Okay, so we were getting a no on it, but let's ask the cards if they can eventually develop. Let's see about, you know, I'm asking a little bit more further future now. So give me insight to if there is a chance, you know. Go, the time is right. So yes, we are getting that there is a chance eventually. We are getting positive message for that, and it even mentioned timing, so that's good. Firebird, Matchstick with my future committed person coming onto my path. Okay, so how is the energy with this person coming onto your path, or how likely are they to come onto your path? Maybe. Are we asking? I don't know whether to say. So Firebird, shall I say the compatibility with this person, or how likely is someone to come onto your path, like in the current chapter or something like that? Jan says that's funny. Yeah, sometimes it can. So Jan, sometimes it can link to, I said earlier, but I don't know when you came in. Sometimes it can be just general compatibility. It can be the current, how you currently are. It can be saying like, yes, this is great, this is perfect. That's what we want. We really want, yes, this is how you currently are, perfect. But sometimes it can be, this is a really strong compatibility, or this is a really strong deep spiritual connection. They can both be parallel as well. So that might be the case with you. And Keita says, I manifest that I pass my September exam. What does the matches say? I think we did that, didn't we? Unless you're asking about a different exam. We got a yes on that. Jan, I guess distance doesn't make the heart grow fonder. I don't know what you mean. You got a good answer, didn't you? Lisa, I'm not sure which one. Card for my guides. We don't have them at the moment. Sorry, Maya. Well, me and Kate, I'm really sorry. I know you guys do like Crystal Ball, but I just like to try and mix it up a little bit. Jan says, will me and Kate reconcile by winter? Asking since we got winter as a time frame. Yeah, okay. So is the winter time frame about reconciling? We'll ask the matches first. So again, you're getting a yes again. So maybe it is just about timing for you, because if you see they're parallel, they're touching, they didn't even separate. So that's a positive, very positive sign. Marianne, yeah, you can ask as many questions as you like. But thank you for checking in with a moderator here. Yeah, so ask as many questions as you like. Just trying to get down the chat basically. Flower Beach says, will something serious happen between me and AR? Let's ask the cards and see what they say. You think a no on that unfortunately seems like a low chance at the moment. Thank you, Jan, for moderating. Zafar, hello and welcome. Marianne, yeah, that's just saying thank you to Jan. And Kita, I sent a super chat sticker. I didn't get my question answered right away. The super stickers don't have the messages with them. So super chats have the messages with them and they go right to the top. Super sticker doesn't do that, so I don't see if there was a question with it. I think it has to be a super chat to have a question with it. So apologies for that, but if you have another question, feel free. So I do apologize for that. I think it's only super chats where that happens. I didn't even really get notified of it, which I think is just a glitch of YouTube. Let's see. Anne says, time it will take for Zoe to love me from her heart. Sorry, you can't do timing on this, unfortunately. Yeah, Ankita, I'm really sorry about that. Mazzy is Anthony, but Ankita, if you're still here, I'll let me see. Where are you? Did you ask another one? Paul, thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Um, let's see. Did Ankita ask another one? Let's see. Ankita, if you're still here, feel free to ask another one. But I didn't see any more from you, or I didn't see you at the moment. I will do a few more and then I'll check in, see if Ankita's there. Let's see. No, I've lost where I was up to. Oh no. Oh yeah. Mazzy, is Anthony from work still in love with me? Okay, so we'll do a card for that one and just see what we get. You're going in the right direction. So yeah, you're onto something. You're onto something there. So I do feel like we're getting a yes with that. It might not be in love because it says, what was it? You're going in the right direction. So it might not be love. Maybe it's just that you're picking up on you are picking up on something. And maybe there's a level of feeling or emotion still there. Maybe it's not love. Miss Venus! Hello, welcome. No, you're not too late. Whatever you want to say. So yeah, so if anyone is new, yeah, I'll go back over it. So if you are new with so we have a singing bowl. Oh, I should take those out. We have a singing bowl here. As you can see, it's a hard chakra singing bowl. It's filled with water. And we're doing matchstick divinations. So we have some matchsticks here. So the matchsticks can answer yes or no questions, or we can check on relationships. So what's the energy like between a current relationship? So that's why I think, I can't remember what I named the title of this one, but we're doing relationship checks and we're doing yes or no basically on the stream. I know it's not as in-depth as a crystal ball. I've been picking up some things from the water, you know, I'm, like I say, any divination that you use, even if it's a simple coin toss, you might get some intuition come through. You might get some messages come through. So always go with them. Always go with the intuition. If I do pick things up from the way the matches are moving, I will say more than just yes or no, and I have been doing that. But you're very welcome. Relationship check or yes or no question, basically. And we have the little mini deck of crystal ball cards that I mentioned the other day. So guys, I know they seem like super simple, and it's like, you might not like really see the joy in them as much as I see. But these are even smaller and more compact than my pendulum. And I always think the more smaller and compact I can get my divination tools, the more I can just stream. You know, I can put these, I think I showed the tiny little bag I was carrying around the other day. These fit in there. I can just go, oh, actually, I feel like streaming, and just get them out. So that's what I want. I want it to be like super portable. So, but it's nice to just mix it up. And we've been doing a lot of crystal balls lately. So hopefully we'll do another one over the next few days as well. But yeah. Well, thank you guys also for saying what it's about. But yes, it's kind of like pendulum. Thank you, Kevin and Jan. And you're welcome. People saying thank you as well. Firebird says, will it be okay to do matchstick checks for Scorpio and Miss W? Yes, absolutely, of course. So Scorpio and Miss W, okay? I don't know how much you can see. They're really trying to go their separate ways. They're really trying to go their separate ways. So when I see it like one's like this and one's like that, it feels to me kind of like what I feel is like one is more like it's like that unrequited love kind of energy. One is trying to reach out a little bit more than the other one. One has more emotions than the other one, basically. But we are seeing them drift apart, which generally would be uncertain energy. It's not a definite no, they're not crossed over, so it's not a definite no, but there's uncertain energy and they are drifting apart, you know, which is kind of important in a relationship check. But I do feel a little bit like one of them trying to reach out a little bit more than the other, a little bit of unrequited love, or just not unrequited as such, but one liking the other one a bit more than the other one does, you know. So yeah, that was Scorpio and Miss W. Jan, if Matrix crosses know if they are apart, it's undecided, and if they're close and parallel, yes, good energy, yes. So that's the basic of it. But we can see maybe a little bit more if I pick something up. So Miss Venus says, okay, general check. of energy between Omar and I. Okay. Yeah, Omar and you. Okay. So Omar and Miss Venus. Close. Parallel didn't even try to separate. So that's interesting. So we're getting pretty good energy there for Miss Venus. Pretty good energy. So that's really, really interesting to see. So yeah. Leela, hello and welcome. Did you get your answer? Kevin says, I'm curious to know, does Matchstick coming closer to each other as that you put in an indication of almost yes, or is it towards crossing of the matchsticks indicating no? Yeah, so it does depend. It will depend. So if they're coming closer together in a parallel way, if I feel even like if there's some touching, it's still kind of good. But you know, we kind of maybe just want to look at the angle as well, or crossing is interesting because it's one on top of the other one, one's lower down in the water, if that makes sense, like being pressed on. So it just depends, and it definitely is about like I always say, your own interpretation as well. Like, what are you feeling from it when that happens? Because there's times when I do it when they're touching at like an angle like that, where it feels more to me like they're trying to come parallel, and other times when it feels more to me like they're trying to cross. So it's also about kind of picking up yourself and your own interpretation. S. Leela says 2121. Oh, amazing! I didn't see it. You're very welcome. I've been seeing it a lot lately. I was talking to someone the other day, someone from the community, because they're having an Indian deity kind of coming and trying to connect with them. And as we were talking about it, I sent a message and it was 13:30, and I was like, oh, interesting. Marianne, I'm happy with the Matchstick answer. Amazing, I'm glad you are. Kevin, will it be a good idea to think about dating later this year for Matchsticks? Okay. Will it be a good idea to think about dating later this year? Okay. Yeah, so we are getting it undecided with that. We are getting it undecided. And they are, so we do have to think, I know you guys can't see the heart chakra symbol on the front of this bowl, but we do have to kind of, you also should really think about your positioning if you do this yourself, like where is your kind of front of your bowl, if that makes sense? Because we could say they're both on that same side that way, but not that way. So you do have to kind of think about where your line is. So our line's kind of here. They're not super far when you think about it that way. This one's touching the line, this one's like, well, on the other side, but they're not that far away. This one hasn't drifted off. So it definitely is an undecided answer, of course. It is undecided, but they were more at an angle, like a T kind of thing, and they are coming more into alignment now. So they haven't moved closer, but they've come more into alignment. So again, it's undecided, but you can interpret that. You know, coming into alignment could be a positive sign. Maybe it's just telling us that the timing isn't exactly right. You know, because they are parallel. They're just too distant, unfortunately. Let's see. Angel 101 says, does Rob want to reach out to talk to me? Okay. Let's check that with cards first and see what we get with cards. Does Rob want to reach out and talk to you, Angel 101? Ah, this card jumps out. Ah. And it says, this is a sign. So this is a sign. So I see that as pretty positive. So yes, I would say a yes on that. And thank you, Kevin, for moderating, helping Maya out there. I really appreciate that. So please do check in with people in the chat like Jan and Kevin who are helping out. I appreciate that. Miss Venus, do you already know any of the... Oh, wait, let me just check if Ankita said anything else. I forgot to check on you. Ankita... No, I think Ankita may have gone, which is fine. Apologies for that. Let's see. So I think it's Miss Venus. Did Miss Venus ask another one? Can't find it. Yeah. Do I already know any of the 2 guys you picked up on and described yesterday that will be interested in me? Okay, so I'll do that. Should I do that by cards? Let me do cards and see what we get for that one. So I guess I don't need to worry, but that's not really an answer. So I'll ask again. Does Miss Venus already know any of these 2 guys? If we don't get a direct one, we can go to Matchstick. Just see what we get. Not the right time. So I would say that that's a no if we're getting not the right time. Because we can only go forwards in time with that one. So let's see. Oh, not necessarily if there's someone that comes back from the past, I suppose. So we're asking, do you already know this person? One of these people. So when they first dropped in, they were pretty parallel. I would have said it was likely. I'm just going to wait for this one that's kind of still moving. See if it turns all the way back parallel. I'm going to say I feel positive on that. It's moving so slowly. No, I'm definitely feeling like you don't with this. It's essentially it's an undecided answer because they've just drifted apart. They're not cross for a no. They're not parallel for a yes. But yeah, I just feel like it's maybe it's not yet, you know. So you don't already know them. Maybe you'll know them pretty soon. But it is coming. It's actually it's gone very slow, but it's come all the way right back around to parallel. So I don't know. I'm actually feeling a yes on this. I was saying to myself, if it goes all the way to parallel the other way, then I'm feeling yes. So I'm feeling yes now. So when they first landed, I don't know if you can see them, when they first landed, they were parallel with both the match heads the right way. Then this one turned completely round, if you can see that one. This one did a full flip to be parallel again. So I would say yes. Even though they're a little bit apart, they're still essentially, this is our dividing line, they actually are on the same side of the line. And that one went parallel from that way all the way to parallel to that way. So yes, I would say yes, you do already know one of them. Now or in the if it's not now, it's very near future, I would say. Oh, we should say yes, please. Oh, what did you say yes, please to? I'm so sorry. Guys, I'm really sorry, but sometimes when I go through so many other questions, I do kind of forget. So let me just see. Yeah, maybe I did already answer it. Just nudge me if I didn't, but Tanya says my husband and I, or my husband and me, sorry. Oh, so Tanya Hemmington, hello and welcome. It's really nice to see you. Again, guys, if you are new, I'm Venus. This is Secret Frequencies. We do many other types of readings as well, like crystal ball, tarot, things like that. Almost every day. So let's do Tanya and husband. Tanya and husband. So feel free to stay with us. Feel free to jump on other streams. Let me just do a cleanse. Feel free to stay on other streams. Feel free to reach out to me. All of my information is in the description of the video. So Tanya and husband. Oh. Oh, there's definitely an undecided energy with this. It's definitely an undecided energy. Things might be up in the air. There might be some blocks, some issues, some turbulence or something going on. They've moved pretty far away from each other, if you can see. And then so it's kind of like a maybe uncertain kind of energy, but it's not great. It's not perfect, you know. So let's just see. Actually, yeah. If you have another question, oh, someone jumped out. Oh. No need to worry, jumped out. So maybe you're going through some hurdles right now. Maybe it's just showing some hurdles, and maybe things will be okay. Because again, no need to worry. So that's good. Yeah, so it might be showing some hurdles or something like that. Jasmine, hello, welcome. Farbeach, you're welcome. Firebird says Matchsticks. Will energy between me and Scorpio get back on track to reconcile in their future? Would anyone else, especially, excuse me, especially members, would anyone else be interested in aura reading soon? I know we didn't do it too long ago, so might prioritize people who haven't had one yet. But Lila or Lila, I don't know what I'm saying there, mentioned before about aura. So is anyone else interested in that? Yeah. So Matchsticks will energy between me and Scorpio get back on track to reconcile in the near future. Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to get the matchsticks out of here. They're a bit too big. So will the energy between me and Scorpio go back on track to reconcile in the near future? Can you see that? So we're getting a positive energy with that one. Yes, we're getting positive energy. Oh, actually. Yes, actually we are getting positive. I was thinking, are they overlapping too much? Is it like a cross? But no. It is much more parallel. So yes. Yes! It's possible to get things back on track with this one, so that's good. So Tanya, I hope you got your answer. Jan says, yeah, you're really happy about these answers. It's hard to not get discouraged due to distance at the moment, but I'm keep affirming, telling myself that distance is just making him miss me more and it's temporary. Yeah. It definitely seems like the energy shifted, but for me, picking up in readings and things like that, it feels recent to have shifted, you know? Miss Venus says, can you also read the water bowl like you do with crystal ball? I've seen people read water, super cool. Yeah, just another form of scrying. So crystal ball, like black mirrors, water, that all kind of fall under, I suppose, scrying. So yes, absolutely, we could do that. So Darling says, am I going to win the lotto tonight? If you're still here, I will happily do that, but I don't know if that's like kind of a jokey one. A lot of people say kind of these things when they're, you know, they don't really believe in it and they're kind of joking around, but I'm happy to do questions like that if you're serious though. Saskia says, is Aquarius going to leave me and Z alone? Let's do that on cards and see what we get. This one jumps out. Yes, so we get a yes on that. Kevin, I think there's also candle wax on the water readings too. I'm not sure we have done that. Yeah, I do know about that, but I haven't done it. So, the bowl of water, as you're dripping the wax into it, you're kind of reading how the wax falls, how it lands. Does it sink? Does it float? Does it make certain patterns? Does it make any letters or anything like that? Very interpretive of what the wax kind of forms, how it forms when it hits the water. Yes, I really like the idea of that, but I haven't done that on the stream. Suns, hello, welcome! Firebird, the matchsticks behave in a similar way to dowsing rods. Crossing means no, and there's also parallel and repelling apart too. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Miss Venus says the seen candle box and water too. Yeah, maybe I will do it one day. Amy, hello, welcome. Christopher, hello, welcome. Miss Venus says literally attached. Yeah. What did you expect? What did you think? Suns, does my energy is good now? Is your energy good now? Let's do a yes or no if your energy is good. But guys, let me know if you definitely want the matchstick. Just confirm that you want that, and I'll do that. Otherwise, I might just randomly pull cards from time to time. So, is your energy good? Reconsider. There might be something still to do with your energy, unfortunately. Opana, hello, Christopher. Hello. AA says, has Ali been missing me? Has Ali been missing me? Let's try that on cards, but like I said, oh, this one is jumping out. No need to worry, so I would say yes with that one. Nice sounds clearing. Yeah, using a singing bowl, of course I'm not going to just use a regular bowl. Firebird, matchsticks on how close my future committed partner is on my path. Okay, so are they close? We'll say are they close? Let's see what we get with that one. Firebird says are they close? So we're not on for much longer. Only one lit. Oh, they went out. Oh, that one's really bad. Okay. I'm knocking everything else off the desk here for some reason. Okay. So, are they close? Is this close? Close connection. Oh no! No! We're getting a no, they are crossed. So we're getting a no on them being close. So hopefully not too far, but they're not close, unfortunately. And so 101, does Rob know we have a spiritual soul connection? Interesting, okay. No, unfortunately we're getting a no on that. Hopefully the energy can change. Kieran, hello, welcome. Yeah, so just let me know. So, Kieran says a relationship energy check, please. Listening to frequency audios really help on work on our body. Okay, so there are two different questions. Okay, so relationship energy check, the cleanse. Relationship energy check for Kieran. So actually, they're not too distant. They're not too distant. They're actually coming closer together. They were parallel for a moment, but then they're actually. Oh, let's see. Do you think you can see these ones because they're like opposite sides? I need to start charging my phone. So they are trying to come closer together, so that's at least kind of a positive. But yeah, so there is still a bit of distance with this one, and there is still a bit of distance with this one. So in a relationship energy check, it's kind of like there's uncertainty, but it's better than nothing, if that makes sense. So it's more kind of maybe neutral, maybe kind of like in that 50% mark. Like the energy's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not great. You know, that's kind of what we say. It's kind of a neutral energy with that. So it's not a no, it's not bad, but it's certainly not as good as we'd want it to be, if that makes sense. For the energy check for Kieran. Kieran says this listening frequency audio really work on our bodies. So it does. You know, I'm not going to say that it doesn't, but it depends what you're listening for. So I can check like on what you're listening for, how well. Let me see how well the ones you've been listening to work for you, or the ones that you're drawn to. How well do they work for you? I'm drawn to one of those two. Yeah, this one. Not the right time. Not the right time. There might be a different healing modality that's calling to you at the moment that's going to work better with you. Marianne, card please, and I link to Navajo ancestors. If I pronounce that wrong, I'm sorry, but we will check with the cards. This one's coming out to me. Get more information. So you might need to do a little bit of checking on that yourself in meditation or reading or whatever it might be. So yeah, we're not getting a direct answer on that. Maybe you need to go within a little bit more and maybe the answer will come to you. Miss Venus, let's ask about that one you saw with longer hair. Is it my friend's friend and he annoys me a bit and I think he had an entity that tried to attack me last week? Is it him? Okay, I'll do cards for that. Is it him? This one is jumping out. No! I guess I'm gonna know. That one's jumping out pretty soon. He insists too much and he imposed himself on me that day and took all of my attention away from my friends whom I wanted to catch up with. Miss Venus says she needs an aura reading update, so that's great. So we've got some people wanting that. Kieran as well, that's great. Miss Venus says I've been clearing so far, and like I said, I had an attack attempt. Okay, yeah. So it might be good. Yours might have changed quite a bit. If I remember correctly, your one had some energy moving from it, like something being released from it when I checked. So hopefully that's either released or I don't know, maybe you're still releasing things, but we can see. Miss Venus, will things between O and I start to progress, move forward before the end of the year? Before the end of the year, let's check this. We're running out of matches. Before the end of the year, okay. getting the positive. We're getting the positive omen with that positive message. Can you see them? I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, you can't comment, you just about. Ah! So, yes. Getting a yes with that. Getting a positive message for before the end of the year. Maya, will my grandpa, Juan? If it is, I'm not sure how to say it. Notice I'm a good person, okay? This one's jumping out. Let go! Maybe just not to focus on it. So it's not to say that it's a no, but it might just be that maybe you're worrying or stressing about it or something. Sashka! Darling says, may I have a stick? Am I going to win cash this week? Okay, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, darling, do you win cash this week? Oh, we need to climb this first. On the floor. Oops. There we go. So, darling, am I going to win something this week? I hope so. Hope you are. Let's see what we get. It's undecided. It's that kind of energy. It's like that. They're moving apart, but they are parallel. So it's kind of like, you could do. It's maybe it's not set in stone. Let's see if we can get a message for that from the cards for darling. So we get choose a new direction. So it might be that you know it's not to say you won't win because we're not getting a no. Like I said, crossover is no. Completely parallel and close is yes. Drifting apart is maybe. But we can look at how they drift apart. They're very parallel. So that's positive omen. But how distant they are, it's not a good omen, basically. So but you're also getting a new direction. So they could be saying that you will get money and there's money available to you. There's abundant opportunities available to you, but it might just not be in winning or maybe in what you're playing. Maybe it's playing something else, you know. So that was for darling. Venus, I expected them to maybe be a little separate because Owen and I have had to be separate for some time, but emotionally and Ashley you're not, so that's what we're getting. Darling says I'm going to move with V. Let's try that one on matches and see what we get. Oh, need to cleanse the other ones. So darling says, I'll read that again. I'm going to move with V, okay? I'm going to move with V, okay? Oh. I've got your matches here. Yeah, so we're also getting undecided with that. Only with this one, we're going to see how this match, well, you probably can't see there, turns, because it was parallel for a moment, and now it's kind of reaching out to the other one. So, oh no, it moved backwards. It's reaching towards it, like pointing to it, but it moved backwards. So yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, it is interesting how they've moved apart. So it's not a no, it is kind of like a maybe, there's a possibility there, but they're moving apart kind of interests me. They've moved as far apart as possible, but both of the matchstick heads are facing each other. So it's almost like saying, you know, you're facing each other, you're aligned, you're looking at each other. It's like this reaching out, if that makes sense. The energy reaching out, so there could be some compatibility. It might be about timing with this one. I feel it's more about timing. So you're saying move with you. I would say it's not the right time. I would say that it's a yes, but I would say not the right time with the way they come through. Kieran, what was that going like? The one from which you rubbed the matchstick was those things. Oh, so this is just a huge jar of matches. I decided to use the smaller matches for the readings because I just think they kind of go in the water a bit better. There's more room for, you know, if they want to move or if they don't want to move. These are pretty big, but I just used, it's like that, you know, I forgot what it's called. I only have the interior of this matchbox. Oh wait, I may have the, like that. You know how you like the matches? That's just the same as that. Oh, lost that one now. Miss Venus says, wow, both the match questions are more like stuck together. I know, it's interesting, isn't it? Interesting. Marianne, call please. Is there someone wishing ill health on me? I hope not. Oh my gosh. Let's check. Or is it guessing that one jump out? I'm guessing let go. So maybe there's some worry that you need to let go of. Maybe that's not the case. Yeah, so I said it's not the case and it said this is a sign. I'm going to do a match on it. Do a match on it and see what we get. Well, I'm feeling like maybe not. I'm feeling like maybe it's telling you that you're worrying a little bit. So let's see what we get. Oh. Someone wishing ill health on you. Oh my gosh. That's one of them broke completely in half and crossed over itself. Can you see it? It broke completely in half and crossed over itself. So we're getting a definite no with that one crossing. We're getting a definite no. That's very interesting. But that's good. That's good news. We don't want anyone wishing you ill health. That was one matchstick and it broke up and crossed over. So it really wanted to tell us no. That's really, really interesting for Marianne there. So yeah. We get a no with that one. So that's good. Well, I can't remember if I cleansed, but that's okay. Let's see. You're welcome, you're very welcome. Firebird, you're welcome. So is that it? Marianne's so happy on that answer. Yeah, me too. It was like the match really wanted me to know that. Okay. Oh wait, Darling says, oh, am I going to live with W? Is this someone else? So you're asking about two different people here. Did you say V before? I'm going to move with V. You're asking for someone else. I'm happy to do that. It's nice that we're nationally slowing down because actually that's how many matches we have left. We could move to the big ones, but you know. So darling, am I going to live with W? I mean, let me see what time it is. It's 10 o'clock. I could, maybe I could jump on for like, but I always, this is the thing, if I don't have an hour or longer, I don't like to say it because I never stay, I always stay for longer than an hour and sometimes I don't have that time. I will just see, I will check my messages when I jump off. Maybe I could come back on for a quick aura or something like that. We could see. But darling, am I going to live with W? Do you want me to do this one with match? Matches? Any last questions? Get your last questions in now then. So I really appreciate you guys coming on to do a different type of stream with me. It's been really, really nice to just do something different. I know it can be frustrating sometimes when we do something where it's not as in-depth as Crystal Ball. I know you want to ask your Crystal Ball kind of questions. I know you want to get more detailed answers. But I need to mix it up a little bit. I need to, we need to do a few different things sometimes. So I do apologise if it's not quite as detailed. Maybe next time we could do a bit more of scrying with the water, like Miss Venus suggested, and Towards the Terror has also suggested that a few times as well. So we could do water scrying. Maybe we could try a few streams with the Black Mirror again. Like I keep saying, Starseed reading, Past Life reading, things like that. We could just try things like that again. I just like to mix it up, try new different things. Hasn't been a room for a while. There has been an aura quite recently, but we can still do that if people want it. But yeah, we haven't done a rune in a while, so we could do that. I might jump on with the rune actually. Might be a bit easier than aura. We might get through a few more people. Michael, hello and welcome. I'm very well. I hope you are well. Hello and welcome to the channel. I am Venus. This is Secret Frequencies. And I do loads of different types of psychic readings here. But yeah, thank you for the compliments. I'm sorry, Darling says yes. Darling, I'm so sorry. I hope you're still there. Darling, we'll do your question now. Darling, I'm going to live with W, okay? Oh, we're getting a cross on that one. So we're getting a no with that one. I should have moved it down like that for every answer. So Sorry if you didn't see your sorry if you didn't see your one clearly, but I would never lie about how it landed. I'll always show you. I could just maybe fizzle with it as I go. That might be better for people so they can really see. Let's see. Jan, he's going to ask if I'm willing to move states and move in with him. Let me try that on card. I feel drawn to try that on card. I feel drawn to this one. Yes! Oh wow. Ah, good energies, good energies. Miss Venus, you're very welcome. Firebird says, if you want to, Matchstick for Scorpio and Miss W in the future. After the drifting of uncertainty, will that connection go downhill until it ends? Okay, so we're looking at if we can see anything more for the future. For the future. For Scorpio and Miss W. Connection further in the future. No, they stay perfectly together, so that's a positive sign for their connection. You can see that. So yeah, I'm sorry if that is not the answer you wanted, which I don't think it was. So there is some possibility, some positivity with them in the future, unfortunately. Hopefully that energy changes. Energy can change, it can shift, it can manifest. Something I always say if you get the wrong answer, don't forget. Some things are determined, some things are set in stone, but not everything, and some things we can change and manifest. Touch Girl says, is Aquarius moving? I mean, guys, just look my call, but guys, if you specifically want the matchstick, feel free to ask. Feel drawn to this one. Choose a new direction. So that's interesting to get a new direction for moving. So I'm going to do that again just to see if we get a definite with that. No! We're getting a no. But guys, it's taking a new direction. So maybe it's you that's guys is taking a new direction. But we're getting a no on that. But maybe it's the wrong choice. He wants to move. So is he moving? But you think he wants to move, but it's coming as no. Yeah, interesting. Maybe there'll be a block in the path or something. Maybe it's not the right time right now. Maybe something will happen. Maybe it'll just take a bit of time. You know, when we do a reading, it does tend to be about that current kind of chapter. So the current chapter generally is like around a 3-month period. If you're already in the chapter, it's only going to be like a month or two that you have left. And then things can change on the next chapter. So it might just be that within this current chapter, it's just not the right time. Maybe it's more of a forward future thing. So if you want any follow-ups to that, Sag Girl, you're very welcome to ask. Just before I jump off, you can have a follow-up to that if you do have anything else you want to say to that. And don't forget, guys, if you do want it to be a matchstick question, just put that there. But yeah, so it's been amazing. I think it's been really nice. I really appreciate how many of you come in when we're doing something new, because you don't really know what's going on. Like I said, it's not a crystal ball, which tends to be a bit better for you guys. So I do apologize. No, I do appreciate. Sorry, I appreciate it. So thank you very much. Is Aquarius going to hurt Z? I'm being drawn to this one. Not the right time. So we're getting time frame cards with this. So let's see. It's unlikely. It's unlikely. Okay. So even if there is some kind of split or well, conflict, some kind of split is probably going to be like amicable. You know, positive and amicable. So yeah. So you're not going to hurt this person. If there's a split, it's probably most likely to be amicable. So, oh, you're happy with that answer? Sorry. So yeah, maybe I'm oh yeah, I'm not hurting them. Of course, yeah, of course, you're happy with that. It's the same person. It's maybe moving. So yeah, maybe it's just not the right time for them. Firebird says that was fun. I really appreciate that. Aromi, hello and welcome. So you're just catching me as I'm jumping out. You're very welcome to ask a question if you would like. So we're doing Matchstick Divination. You can check the energy of a connection, so you and a certain person, or you can ask a yes or no question for the Matchstick. So comment Matchstick with your question if you want a Matchstick one, or I can pull a card for you for a question. But I'm just jumping off, but I will do any kind of Anyone who's just jumping in now can just have one. I think it's just a roomie. Jancy, thank you so much. It's really interesting and I feel a lot better about how things are going. Mal gave me some reassurance. Yeah. And it's very nice to do it brand new. And choosing the singing bowl, so usually it's just a bowl of water. People just use a bowl of water. Sometimes they put clove of garlic and lemon juice in there, and that's supposed to help. But I thought I'm going to have a heart chakra singing bowl, so between every one I can cleanse, and it's heart chakra as well, so it's the frequency for connections. I mean, fruit chakra probably could have been a good one as well, but it's our love connections. Most of us are looking at our love relationships. So sorry if that's loud, but yeah. So it's a singing bowl, pretty cool. Let's see. So Sash Girl says, am I going to leave and go somewhere else? Yes. That's a yes on that. Says Wendy's going to hire me. Ah, we got the same card. Get yes on that. Arumi, will I get an additional refund from the airline company? It's the right time. It's the right time. So if you guys go, it's the right time for a question like that. It might be indication that it will come sooner than you think. Maybe it is due. Maybe it is in the works. It's in, there's momentum behind it. LaShonda Miller, hello, welcome. What a lovely name. I'm Venus. This is Secret Frequencies. You're very welcome to ask a yes or no question. Let me know if you want the matchstick question. You can put matchstick and we do matchsticks in water, or I can pull a card for yes or no. So Arumi says, have you chosen the date and time for the members crystal ball? Not yet. I just need to choose. So we have bear with me one moment, right? I'm not going, but this might buffer while I just check my diary, but just stay there. Yes, I just have to check my calendar. So 3 days, we are going to be having streams around this time. So beginning either 6 or 8, like between 6 and 8, or maybe even between 6 and 9 GMT. So at the moment, just for reference for you guys, it's 10:15 GMT now. So give it like 2 or 4 hours earlier than this, basically. Yeah, between 2 and 4 hours earlier than this. We'll be having streams every day for the next 3 days. One will be a members channeling, one will be a members crystal ball, and the other one will probably be a crystal ball, rune, aura, something like that. Who knows? But yeah, maybe even flower reading. You haven't done that in a while. So yeah, but yeah, it will be over the next few days. Basically, is what I'm saying. But it just depends on. I have 2 polls up. I have a poll up for the date of the crystal ball, and I have a poll up for the date of the channeling. So we'll just have to see what you guys choose. Such Girl says, am I going with M? Oh, holding them the wrong way. That one jumps out. Said unlikely. Oh, unlikely. LaShonda says, it's Preston my soulmate. Let's try a matchstick one with that. It's Preston my soulmate. Let's try a matchstick and see what comes up with that. Oh. So we do actually, I'll show you. We have a good energy on that. They're not completely parallel, but they're not crossing. They're touching. They're not completely parallel. So we do get a good energy. When you're saying soulmate, there's definitely some kind of connection here. Maybe you have lessons to learn together. But it does seem like there's some positive potential there with that. They're not crossing over, but they're not exactly parallel, but they are touching. So it's a good sign. It's a good omen, but it's not like 100% yes, because they're not completely parallel, but there is a good connection there. So I would at least say there's some kind of soul family connection, even if they're not your kind of destined forever soulmate kind of person. So Marianne says matchstick of the energy of my new house, please. Absolutely. And I think I will do one more of Sag Girls there. Oh wait, Aromi. Does Aromi ask? Is Aromi here? Arumi, did you want a question? So this is for Marianne. Matchstick is the energy of the new house good, okay? Ah! I dropped them in like those other ones in there, so I didn't cleanse. Ah! I'm going to scrap that and do that again. I'm so sorry about that. I want to cleanse after everyone, so apologies. Check that again. The energy of the new house, is it good? Yeah. Ah, one of them stuck to my finger. That's okay. So they're both moving over to the same side. Remember, this is our dividing line. They're both moving over to the same side, but they're not completely parallel. So there could still be a little bit of work to do with the house. Could still be a little bit of clearing needed, but it seems pretty positive. I feel like a positive energy on that. Did I do that question about the refund? Yeah, I did it. It was that was coming maybe sooner than she thinks. Yeah, I did do that, sorry. Saj Girl says, am I getting an apartment? Just want something else at me. It's not the right time. So it's not a no, but maybe not in this current chapter right now. Maybe there's a bit of a wait for that. You're very welcome. You're so welcome. So yeah, so like I said, really appreciate you guys jumping on to do this kind of different thing with me today. I really appreciate that. So yeah, I'm going to check my messages when I jump off, see how clients are and things like that. But I might, maybe I might jump back on for a moment to do something if I do have more than 45 minutes, I would say. I can't really do it if I have less than that. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Look at all these matches. This is my cleanup now. I suppose I do have to clean up as well. So yeah, we'll see. I think I always really want to be on more than I can, but we'll see. Oh no. So yeah, best of luck as well. Yeah, as like Jan's saying, I hope you get a place. Oh, sorry, you said you hope you get a place. Well, best of luck for you getting the place. Anyway, Rally, best of luck. I know I kind of jump into the questions, but at the same time, I really hope you guys all have abundance and all find the right person for you and all of that. But yeah. So best of luck with the things you are doing. Hopefully any negative answers, hopefully the energy can change for them. But as I always say, my website is in the description of the video, secretfrequencies.com/shop. So I have spells, sessions like Reiki and cleanses for home or personal, and also more in-depth readings. So if you find that you're resonating with your stream, but you want something a bit more in-depth, go ahead and check them out. They're very reasonably priced. That's my website, it's in the description. You can also feel free to reach out to me. I'm very approachable and very happy for people to reach out. I have my Facebook, email and Discord in the description of the video. And that's the best way to private message me. If you have any queries, any questions, or maybe you want to book a session but you're not sure, or if you're a member, you want something from my website, always message me first, as there is a half-price discount code for members for most items. So just check in with me first, say, Venus, is this on the sale? So love, light and blessings to each of you. Really hope to see you soon. And don't be a stranger. If you have suggestions for streams and things like that, I'm very happy to consider your suggestions. So see you soon, I hope.